Well, salutations, my good fellows. It's a pleasure to end up being back. It's a pleasure to have another go, another round of Football Manager. And it isn't a situation of tonight that I'm playing Football Manager simply because my dopey ass wanted to play Path of Exiles 2 and forgot that today was the day of a major update for the game. And currently in the background, 25 gigabytes of stuff is being downloaded. That definitely didn't happen. I definitely wasn't that big of a twat. We'll definitely not end up confessing to that stupid situation. But all in all, we'll be grand. Just looking at the squad there, looking at the team, seeing how everything ends up going. Last time, how did we do last time? Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag, unfortunately. Granada ended up getting a win against us that might have ended up costing us the league. We lost to Manchester United in a game that didn't really matter. But we'll see what has ended up happening. Atletico Madrid are now ahead of us with 3 points in head. And unfortunately, Atletico Madrid are one of the teams that bet us. So in terms of the law of the land, Atletico Madrid have us on their tail ends. So we'll see what ends up happening. With all that being said as well, Skull, I am indeed ready to rumble. How is your Monday going? Will you be watching Monday Night Raw this evening? Tudges, it is a pleasure to have you in. And yes, indeed, it is incredible for me to be able to spoil you with Football Manager while Enter spoils you with the grand old game of EAFC. That's a bit mean now, equating me to Arsenal. If anything, I'm Nottingham Forest. Well, fair play to you for doing that, staying up until 1 a.m. in order to watch it. I haven't yet decided whether or not I will stay up to watch it. It is incredibly unlikely that I will. It's just too late in the morning for me. But I had said I was going to skip through all this before I came live the last time. So, we're going to get about 20 minutes of me going through random shite as I'm waiting to get through whatever this break is. Oh, Christ. How? He keeps getting work. Oh my god, he has actually decent stats. He actually has decent stats. I wonder if that'll happen in real life where he might actually become semi-decent. He has a 43% win rate, Frank Lampard. Nothing quite like him. But all in all, how is your Mondays treating you, Skull? I mean, fair play to you, Skull. If it happens, I'll bow to your excellence. Although I don't foresee that being a possibility. Although, bringing up the concept of chance. Today, it was brought up on several of the Talk Sport shows and on other elements as well, about the Manchester United chance on Philip Foden. And of course, Pep Guardiola's insistence that they bring the club into disrepute for having any chance at all on that particular day, which is, to be honest, a crock of horseshit. Like, if you can't chant at a player, you truly are killing the game. Like, I know nowadays you have to be worried about that because they could end up getting their little feelings hurt But at the same point in time, I absolutely hate hearing that type of crap being inundated in the game. Just like, if you're that weak, don't go into a professional stratum, you know? Or now I never go on holidays, Skull. I don't get paid enough to go on holidays. Also, it won't take that long, so you can just talk about random shit as we're waiting to go through these random bits and bobs. Someone might come in to me with an offer in the meantime, and I don't want to end up losing it, Skull. Don't want to end up losing it. No, I know what you're on about. I'm joking. That's what I'm saying. Someone could come in with an offer, and I don't want to lose it. Don't worry, I wouldn't leave you without my grace for 11 days. I'd done that once over the month of January, and people almost cried. Was there actually... Oh, it's the Spanish Cup. I was wondering. Dorrington with a flu. Backstaff player conditioning. Fair enough. The first thing I need to do, too, is once the window ends up opening here... I need to check my loans and see if any of them need to be retracted. Because then you need to end up looking to see whether or not they can end up going anywhere else. Where do you go to check that? Well, we'll bump that up to this. Bump that to this and that to that. Move that down to there. And then add the optional 1 year. Up, my friend. How are you doing? Where you are in the say his name and he appears. I believe in up the Mariner. World. Is it in here where you check where the world rankings are? World. International rankings. No, so that's the international rankings. So you go world, world managers. Options and go to Hall of Fame. Oh, okay. Pep Guardiola is currently first. Alex Ferguson is second. Ancelotti is third. Zinedine Zidane a distant fourth. I'm not even in the top 10. I'm not even in the top 20. I'm not even ranked. Shit. 10 years in and I'm not even ranked. You know, funnily enough, I haven't actually checked to see what the card is for Raw tonight. Monday night Raw card. No, that's last week's one. Today's April 7th. Match card and news listings. Minneapolis, Minnesota. A back and forth between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. A rematch for the Intercontinental Women's Championship. CM Punk and Paul Heyman to a pair. The greatest luchador of all time, El Grande Americana, is in action against Chad Gable tonight. Yes, I forgot about that. Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar versus the New Day. Wouldn't be shocked if a championship change happened there. Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. That game is not going to finish. Gunther and Jey Uso under one roof, and Adam Pearce is to address the women's championship situation. Not a bad old showcase, to be honest. Happy out up. John Cena is on it, I think. Oh no, he's not on it. You're right. They'll do some video packaging of some description for Cena, but you're right, he isn't on it. He's 20, so it's a waste of fucking time. Again, 20. Will he grow good enough? Yeah, no, I'm just daft he isn't on it. I literally read out the fucking thing and he wasn't there, so that's me being a dipshit. I'm convinced now. You know what? I would love it. Honestly, I would love it. I would love every bit of it if he ended up winning it. I fucking love Dominic Mysterio. I think I legitimately think his ceiling is limitless. I think out of all of the luchadors they have in there, I honestly think he has the potential to be one of the best out of them. Like, it is unfortunate that he's been drenched solid. His speed, his momentum is all died down. With that being said, Liv Morgan has been able to keep it on her side, but I really like Dominic Mysterio. And I kind of want... It's unfortunate that this isn't the year that's going to happen, because I kind of want Mysterio to have that one last match with him where he wins against Mysterio, because that match might end up coming if they continue to go the way they are. I mean, people were on about it there. I watched Wrestling Soup not too long ago, a very good wrestling podcast. Highly recommend you end up giving, not a bad intake. Highly recommend you give it a go if you ever get a chance. Well, listen to Wrestling Soup. But I was listening to Wrestling Soup, and they were on about wrestlers who have this was a while ago, but I just got thinking about it. They were on about wrestlers with a bit of a bad reputation for hurting people. Some of them fantastic wrestlers, like some you wouldn't even think about. Seth Rollins has quite a nasty record of injuring people. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné is another one that has quite a nasty record for injuring people. But I was just thinking about it there. Supposedly, people have narrowed it down that it was the Rey Mysterio match versus Kevin Owens, based on Kevin Owens' description of where he got injured or how he got injured. It's that Rey Mysterio match back in November where he's more than likely got the injury. So unfortunately, it appears as though Mysterio might have another casualty on his fucking ledger, and there's quite a substantial chance, based on what I've been hearing on the grapevine, that Owens doesn't come back from this. You know, funnily enough, Nia Jax actually, in terms of it, funnily enough, Nia Jax isn't. Nia Jax has a horrible record. Horrible record. Nia Jax, in her first 4 months, injured 4 people. So yeah, no, but funnily enough, she wouldn't be the worst of them now. She in her career, she's injured. In her first 4 months, she injured 4 people. In her first 4 months, she bursted Rhea Ripley's fake tits. She done it to Nikki Bella. It was either one of the Bellas that she done it to as well. She managed to rupture the tits of 3 wrestlers when she ended up doing the Annihilator, which is why it's really light now whenever you see her do it. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing it's quite likely that he, like, we'll see what ends up happening. The rumor is he might end up having the Daniel Bryan. The rumor is he might end up having the Daniel Bryan Adam Copeland injury. So we'll see what ends up happening. Do you think so? Funnily enough, you mentioned that. I don't think he was going to get the win in that match. I genuinely don't. I don't think he was going to get the win in that match. I think Owens was coming out with the victory in that match. Genuinely. But either way, it's still very sad to see it. See it being the case. It's very sad to see that he's more than likely just outie. More than likely just gone. But we'll see. Owens has beaten the odds before and has been able to come back. So we'll hope and we'll pray that he ends up coming through. But it is an annoying loss. Now, if they do the match that people think they might end up doing, and I don't see why they would, but it might end up speeding the time up. Well, that's what the rumor is, that they're going to speed up what Randy's SummerSlam match was meant to be. So Randy's SummerSlam match was meant to be Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. If it wasn't Randy Orton versus John Cena, but it was supposedly meant to be Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. So I would love to see Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. Honestly, if I'm honest. Owens. You'd never be able to pay him enough. Well, please tell me that's a loan. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You'd never be able to pay him enough. That's the sad thing about it. You'd never be able to pay Cornette enough to do it. Like, the thing with Cornette is that... at Mania, it was meant to be Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. And then the rumor was that they were going to set up for SummerSlam or one of the premium live events before SummerSlam, potentially Clash at Paris, to be Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think that might be the match that ends up happening now. I think that might be why that RKO ended up happening. And it's just going to be Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton at Mania, which, to be honest, I would fucking love. I also know there's absolutely no reason to add him into it, but I'd love if they added Carlito into the Intercontinental Championship match as well. Just make it a 5-way at this point. It's as much of a difference making it a 4-way as it is making it a 5-way. And let Carlito do fucking something. What? Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Okay, well, we're going to lose him, so... Jesus. How did that happen? How did that get around me? Holy fuck. Anyway, Amanda, it's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. How is your Monday treating you? Is all going well with you today, my dear? Is the crack 90 with you? Are you dominating the world today as much as Newcastle is dominating Leicester? I don't know what you mean by Randy was only cashing in his... Oh, yeah, the one that he was owed, yeah. I had something to say, but it's completely exited my brain in the last 2 seconds before typing this. Well, if you remember it, end up bringing it back up. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be a financial trader today, I'll tell you that. But I find it rather funny watching the markets that although America is managing to completely and utterly bend the world over its knee, spank it and make them all cry wolf, they're all worse than it is. Whew. Yeah, Bitcoin ended up dropping down as well. I never like seeing clips from his streams, but Destiny ended up having a clip where he was talking about how, oh, Bitcoin isn't a worry. It won't end up being affected by all of this because it's off of the grid and not affected off of this and not affected off of that and blah 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 blah. Only for him to end up looking at the Bitcoin and figuring out that the Bitcoin had dropped down 18k, which was fucking hilarious. I mean, to be fair, anyone that had stocks, any stocks that were at anyways of good price, should have sold them before Trump ended up coming into office. But they'll bounce. That's the thing about it. It's not that big of a worry because everything will bounce back up. Like, it's just a sudden scare shock. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. God, Jacob Murphy has been unbelievable for Newcastle. Anyway, we have a chance for Barcelona to go further behind us. And we have a chance to get ahead. So, let's see how this ends up going. So we're going to play Aaron today. We have a number of players that are whinging about time, but you're injured, so you ain't playing, Vinny, and I don't care how much you whinge. So we'll put Szoboszlai there. Eduardo is injured as well, unfortunately. So for now, we'll put Pedro there, but we'll swap Pedro with with Warren. And then we'll swap Warren with Bellingham. And then we'll put Oscar on here. Oscar there. Guller is one of the ones that's whinging about time. Yep. So we'll give Guller a go. Gale has been grand, but we'll put Foston on for now. And we'll go with... and then we'll swap Enric with Marco. And Bob's... Oh, no, we won't because he's tired. So we'll go with this squad and see how he ends up doing. Yeah, the single largest drop the S&P has had since 2008. Largest drop in Taiwan's history, too. Why? Why, Skull? What makes you think that that's going to be the case? Like, I appreciate your hope and desire and want for that. But what makes you think, out of anything that you've seen, means that it'll end up improving? Because I don't. I see this continuing on for quite a bit. Hopefully the plan ends up working. But we'll see. Like, is the end of globalization worth what's being done here? Who knows? I don't know, Skull, polish a turd and it's still a turd. So we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, I found that very funny. But they're going to get away with that for so long. Like, can they do that again tomorrow? Considering it's not going to it's not going to improve in Japan anytime soon. Because can they just put an indefinite stop on it and see how things end up going, or how does that end up working? Look, when it comes down to the orange carrot, I don't have as much vitriol for him as an awful lot of people do. But I also ain't blind. Tariffs have never, ever, 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 ever worked. The only reason I'm giving them any whiz of traction is because this is the first time that tariffs have been used in a post-globalized world. So maybe it'll end up integrating new trade deals. And maybe it was just a situation that everywhere was resting on their laurels, and as a result of which the trade was stagnating and it was only becoming private businesses, because it seemed to be that the major benefactors of trade was private companies, and that the governments themselves and the countries themselves weren't getting great benefits off of each other. But also, I'm not a politician and I'm not an economist, so I don't know that. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with it. I'm willing to let this I'm in a lucky situation where, because of the job I'm in and because of the situation I'm in, yes, obviously I'll get affected by inflation and all that, but I'm not one of the majorly affected people. So for me, I don't care that much. And something is needed, because the fact that the United States was trillions of dollars in its deficit meant that eventually a crash was going to end up coming. And it's better to cause the crash and know what you're at than to experience the crash and not know what you're at. Problem is, does he know what he's at? So we'll see. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If that was the goal out of this, was to get net zero trading, where it's just equal trading between each side, fantastic. If that was the goal and that's how it ends up working, where it's just free trading, a complete free market between it, that's 100% sound. But there comes a problem with that as well, because if you start the window of that level of globalization, the next thing that's going to end up happening is America is going to have to become more, not loose, but more welcoming to people from outside of America. They already kind of are. You know, if you want to apply for a green card, you can get your J1, you can get your XYZ green cards. But I think they're going to need to be more accommodating to people trying to come into the country. So we'll see if the Americans want that as well. It's just a matter in this situation of which collapses first. The Americans' hope in the government, the economy, or the opposition. So it'll be interesting to see. That's horseshit, Skull. Absolute horseshit. I'll give my opinion on that particular statement, Skull, once the advertisements finish. Okay, so here's the thing. America is giving an insane amount of money into the defensive orientations of countries in Europe. And the reason why America did that is because America, back in after World War II, decided to become daddy big bollocks and try to demilitarize everyone. So the entire reason why America has been doing that is so that the entirety of the European element of the world wasn't arming itself. So they were paying for their allies not to be armed, and for their allies to buy their single biggest export off of them. Because pretty much the only thing America sells to Europe is weapons. It's almost the only thing to sell to America. So yes, they're paying out their ears to do it, but it's because it is literally upholding almost a third of their economy. Because like if the Europeans buy them, then they can end up doing it, and then they can end up sending them out from the Europeans. They're also using the Europeans as trading hubs in order to contact with the rest of the eastern side as well. So they're getting an awful lot out of it that they otherwise wouldn't end up doing it. So in terms of just raw value, yes, the Americans are paying more money into Europe than Europe is paying into America. But the tariff numbers that Trump ended up showing are horseshit. It's like they're getting benefits from what they're at there. It's just not benefits specifically directly to the financial gain of the country. And then on top of that, the thing that America really wants Europe for is the workforce. They get access to one of the best workforces in the world with no questions asked. But hey, again, not an economist. So maybe I'm naive in my assessment of it, but that's my assessment of it. Yes, you're right. Just in terms of pure, unvetted, uncontextual stats, you're 100% right. But when you take the context into situation, it doesn't make sense. If you get me. It's the same thing as to use another perspective. It's the same thing as the TNA deal with AEW back when they ended up doing that. AEW got absolutely no benefit out of that. Spent the majority of the money out of it, but they literally just done it as a chance to end up making a feeding ground. It didn't work, mind you. But they were using it just as a feeding ground to try and cash in and purchase some of the TNA talent the same way as they did with New Japan. You know? To use wrestling as my identifier. You know, funnily enough, even though we're performing good in this game, we're actually performing, like, mediocre. Like, there's almost no chance of them scoring against us, which is good. But, like, we're actually not performing that good. Oscar! Beautiful. I love to see my boy doing well. Gula bula. Interesting. So this account was created 2 days ago. Fair play to it. There we go. Banned. Someone coming in asking me to end up purchasing bots. Why would you fucking bother? Although in the news of streaming, I didn't end up reading much about it, but I heard that Mizkif ended up getting in trouble over in Japan, which was interesting. You think he'd have enough sense not to fucking climb on top of a cherry blossom tree? He watches anime, so he knows how important the fucking things are. Have any of ye degenerate bastards been watching any of the latest releases that have come out there this on the last couple of days. My Hero Academia Vigilantes came out there today. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. And yeah, like there's a couple of other interesting ones that have come out there, like Yandere Dark Elf, She Chased Me All the Way from Another World is basically hentai that isn't hentai. And then To Be Hero X is an interesting China anime. And then I like it, even though the voice acting in it is atrocious. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. It's one of those situations of whoever cast these fuckers, just, you'd be better with AI. Genuinely, you'd be better with AI. It's like the voice acting is so bad in it that Genshin Impact's Paimon voice actor would do a better job of it. Consider that all Europe oil coming from the US due to they won't go to Russia. Majority of equipment that a lot of businesses need. All tires from cars come from America. All software. So yes, a lot of... Okay, so a couple of things are slightly off about that. Europe turned around and said that they'd never end up doing deals with Saudi Arabia, and it's known quite well that they're doing a deal with Saudi Arabia. And in fact, the entirety of the oil network has been a load of horseshit for a lot of fucking time, because America has been buying fucking oil from Russia while Russia was buying the oil off of the Saudis. So it's basically just a spider's web of shit. So with oil, who the fuck knows what's going on? Software, like, it's American companies that have most of the software, but the patented warrants are in England for all of that software. So if America pulled out now and England wanted to be dicks, England can turn around and says all of those patents are null and void, and then count the patents to be theirs, which means that the patents are now available to Europe. America's a bit fucked when it comes down to software. So they need to be slightly careful about that, because all of the patents are English, not American. Otherwise, they don't count worldwide. So you need to be careful about that. It's one of the big problems that America ends up happening, because the patent recognition is the patent office in England, you know? So you have to be careful about that one as well. As for tires and stuff like that, we'll see what ends up happening there. An awful lot of that type of stuff, and it was being produced in the north regions of Africa and Russia as well. And then one of the big things that's going to hurt America, as well as everyone else, is the fact that no one has recovered from the feeding situation of the Ukraine. But again, as I state, not an economist and not particularly good at politics, so all of this could be wrong. But that's what I'm saying. America isn't as strong in this situation as they think they are. Europe has far more to offer than America thinks they do. And England are playing ball with Europe because England can't go into the free market without pissing off both America and Europe. And they're not going to end up doing a deal. The biggest problem with this deal, the absolute biggest problem with this deal, is Japan, China, and Russia are going to end up doing that union. And they're going to do it 10 years early. Now, whether or not that'll make a difference, we'll see. I think it will, because I think it would matter if China had all of their infrastructure set up, and they don't. I honestly, conspiracy theory right here, I think the entire reason that they're doing this is because China is ahead of schedule in their infrastructure build in order to become the actual proper superpower of the world. And this is all just to fucking try and hog tails and stop China. That's my conspiracy theory. Hey, watch the fucking show, Duck. Watch the show. But yes, the Paimon voice actor. Jesus Christ. To be fair, it's not 100% on her. That is a shit written character. But like, fuck me, that voice. That is one of the worst voices ever brought onto anime. Okay. The funniest thing about Europe buying oil from the US is the US were still buying it from Russia directly through India, so Europe is paying for the premium Russian oil. Yeah, but it's even funnier than that because Russia was buying it from Saudi Arabia. So the US stopped the deal with Saudi Arabia in order to buy the oil from Russia, then blocked buying the oil from Russia, which meant that Russia was buying the oil from Saudi Arabia, then selling it to the US. Then the US couldn't sell it to that, so Russia were selling it to China. Then China stopped selling it to the US, so then they ended up selling it to India. So it's literally just been a Charlotte's Web situation of fucking oil. And supposedly there's oil in Turkey anyway, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Forgetting that UK is not in the European Union anymore, but if Europe has more... point there is why everything still come from America. Only thing that will ruin if Europe going to go to Saudi but won't. The thing is, and again, this is where America is overplaying their hand. Everything isn't coming from America. Everything is finishing in America. That's the difference. And that's probably the difference that, again, I'm sure the economists and Trump and them are smart enough to know this. But America's not building their shit. America is finishing their shit. And then selling the shit. That's it's a common fucking trope of people that dislike electric cars. That the battery of an electric car has the principal element that ends up creating the conduction coil for the battery in terms of the electric capability coming from a factory in Africa, which is then mined and put together in terms of a conduction facility in China, which is then brought from China straight over to America where the ion battery is then ended up turning, which then needs to go back to Africa and then is brought back to America to go into the fucking car. So by the time that an electric battery ended up going everywhere, it is flowing halfway across the world. The sad thing about it is none of us know the supply chains. So that's where all of this is far above our fucking pay scale. We don't know where this is hurting, and we don't know which one of them is worse off, you know? So that's where it's funny about it. We think America might have all the power here. Europe has a lot more power in this fucking situation than people think. But that's about it. Like the war. They arrived late and claimed they won it all. Pretty much. Although they did, to be honest. Back from my voyage for liquid. Now. Hold the phone there, Todgers. We'll get to Katie in a second. But hold the phone there, Todgers. Liquid? Liquid or holy water? The difference needs to be stated. Is it a liquid such as this? Or is it a liquid such as this? I actually need to find where that bottle is. I have a nice whiskey there somewhere, but I need to find where it is. Oh, so an entirely different whiskey altogether. Fair enough. Shall we move on to Pep Guardiola's bitching again? I'm not a history major, and textbooks are written by the winners, so I'm not sure. Could you fucking imagine? It actually came up with a robot. Everyone has now found out that I'm a Terminator model to end up coming into everyone's life so that you don't know the difference. Thank you for revealing myself, Duck. I'm meant to be humble. I'm meant to be sound. I'm meant to be like the crab people. I'm meant to come in and be square eye with straight eye and end up making you all follow me. Oh, go on, tell me, Skull. I'm happy to listen. But before we end up doing that in this robotic voice, because we still have another minute, Benny, how are you doing, my friend? How is your Monday treating you? Is it all going well? Is the crack 90? No. I still think that's a bit horseshit that you can end up giving someone a profession, like, you can end up giving someone a contract, like a youth contract for 3 years, and someone can come in and buy him before the contract's up. Anyway, we're back to normal. So, Crack, want to find out something about the stadium? Yeah, you're going to tell me about that in a second. I mean, I'm back at work. Oh, the joys of that, Benny. Guess how many emails I walked into? 1,302. Am I right, Benny? This came from an architect working on the stadium. Well, tell me. Don't stop building the suspense, Skull. We all want to know. What's the 5K about? Skip, move on. I'm not sure what the 5K is about. But speaking of which, speaking of World Wars, you all ever read Nanjing? I never have, Amanda. What's that about? 3,069. Hey, at least it had humor to have a 69 involved in it. At least it had a bit of fun. And how many of them can you just skip and move on with your life? Nah. For the United Stadium, it's possible to get it done in 5 years. It's more likely that it'll take 10, but it is possible to get it done, if that's what you're on about, Skull. Well, that's what Katie was on about with the 5K. Just as I thought that was something entirely different. Twat here. Not paying attention. Oh, God, that's hilarious. You poor fucker. I mean, I can't say anything anyway. I have yet to Crack, get the words. I have yet to fucking get the words, Crack. Filter out my emails in order to ensure the same thing. Fuck me, that the same thing doesn't end up happening. What the fuck is wrong with me today? Christ. Anyways, oh no, this needs to be said better. The imperialist Japanese massacre, torture, genocide, human experimentation of Jiangxing, China is the most stomach-churning shit I've ever read. Then you, my friend Amanda, have never read the Harry Potter books. No, the architect said it's looking more like start building in 5, but it'll take 2 to 3 seasons to build. Hey, that I don't believe. I mean, fair play to the architect for being ambitious. Considering Tottenham thought their stadium was going to take... Oh, no. I'm not stating that the architect didn't say that, Skull. I'm not stating that... Are you being salty again, Katie, about how quick I'm going through this? I can go slower if you want. I can look through each individual loan report and see how the players are playing, and see how things are going that way. But yeah, no, I'm not saying... I have it playing back in my ear. How did I get caught for that? How did I get caught for that? It's literally playing back for me. Yeah, but what I'm saying when it comes down to it is I can 100% understand that that might be the idea. But considering the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was meant to be done in 3 years, and it took them 8 years to build it, and a similar vein was meant to be the case with the Everton Stadium, and it took an extra 3 years, I don't foresee it. England in general... Now, to be fair, I can't say anything. Ireland are just as bad. But England in general are not good at time management of big events such as that. Yeah, I do. I know it's quite... I know it's quite annoying for people that like to play through the game quite quick, but I do micromanage absolutely everything. Also, how the fuck did you damage your spine? I just read what that was. How the fuck did you damage while weightlifting, you useless prick? Yes, Katie, I checked to see if I was muted. I mean, I was never going to use Pedro anyway, shit. But like, at the same point in time, how did you damage your spine? Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying, Katie. Okay, we always stop and we listen to epiphanies. Go on, Benny, floor is yours. What epiphany did you end up having, my friend? All we do know is that we're going to have a new stadium and do believe it'll be built in 10 years. Weightlifting, it just told you. Dodgers. Dodgers. I said that before I read it. But fair point on being such a dry shite. Anyways, I posted a photo of that cheesesteak, and some people told me that looks horrible to eat. Now the only ingredient were the roll, the barbecue burnt ends, and the melted cheese. Oh, I don't know. I thought it looked fairly nice, to be fair to it. Over 6 weeks, this... Oh, Jesus. You know, Amanda, I don't think that's PG. Oh, hold on a second. You've just... I have to. If it's there, I have to do it. Is it there? And we might have find the first blurb where it isn't there. Nope, it's there. So, make sure you're in this time. Cool. Cool. It's there. It's there. I have a feeling this one might get used quite a bit knowing this chat, but at the same point in time...
I don't even know if that's PG!
That might get used. That might get abused a bit. So if melted cheese looks unappealing to English people, tell me that sandwich looks awful then. It really is true that inept seasoning. No, it's in terms of the actual sandwich from which you posted, and if anyone wants to end up looking at the sandwich from which Benkerage is talking about in the Discord, which hasn't been pinned because I am a twat. There we go. In attacking the food, he showcases out the role that he ended up having. It's not the cheese that's the thing that makes that unappealing, Benny. It's the fact that the meat is above the cheese. That's the thing that's weird about it. So you're enjoying yourself with Alaskan throat-singing lady with large assets. Who'd you get in the pre-contract, so Skull? The Drew pod? No, I haven't seen the Drew podcast yet, Todges. I need to end up watching that one. I mean, technically speaking, I think, and I could be wrong on this, I think he's the first black NWA world champion. It's a good thing I finished the end of that sentence. I read that as I missed the end, the last letters of that condiments bit. How'd you get him on a pre-contract? That looks fucking awesome, to be honest, Todgers. It's a slightly wee bit too small, but it looks awesome. Like, fair play to you for being able to bake that. I wish I had that skill. I know if I put enough effort into it, I would have that skill, but like... Yeah, I thought those were Mrs. Brown boys I could find. Yeah, you dirty bastard there, Todgers, for even considering that. You dirty bastard. Do you fuck, Skull? Do you fuck? United are worse. Biggest club in the world. You are deluded, mate. I mean, City are shit as well, by the way. Also, Benny, 23rd of February, by the way. Did I miss a statement for you? Ah, okay, so that's the night. 23rd of February. Not too bad. I'll have to keep that on. I stole it off Twitter, if I'm honest. I'm an Uber Eats merchant. There's nothing. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Uber Eats, but I do think here in Ireland they have a new advertisement up, and it's not a particularly appetizing advertisement. Because the advertisement of up here is literally just a random immigrant turning around saying, I like Uber Eats because it helps me learn English. Like, nice. Nice for the company to allow an immigrant to learn English, but it doesn't help me order the fucking food. Like, it's a bit of an odd advertisement. I mean, fair enough. If you have enough money, do it. Wait a minute. Are you actually a Tottenham fan, Duck? Jeez Louise. You poor fucker. And I just thought you were deluded. I didn't know you were a fool, too. Shit. I think we go with this. Yeah, I think we go with this squad. Because it is pretty much our strongest squad, and I don't... Yeah, Marco's not fit yet, so fuck him. They can wait and they'll go in the next game after this. I love to bake my own bread, and I don't do it often enough. You should. If you can, you should. Got home from training, was craving sugar, spent 30... Whoa! Hold the fucking phone, Todgers. How much did that get you if you spent 30 quid on it? Like, was it a tub of cookie dough that fucking big? Like, how, like... Holy crap. Arsenal. I mean, it's equally as sadistic in some cases. Look, when it comes down to Arsenal, I don't know. I genuinely don't know, because Arteta has built something good for you there. You have a good structure in a club that was rotting from the ground after Arsene Wenger ended up leaving. I think the big thing with Arteta, and he'll never end up saying it, but it's impossible to think that fucker hasn't been asking for a striker for 2 years. Like, I know they got him Edwin Hazard, but there's no fucking way Hazard is who he wanted. Like, it can't have been who he wanted. I refuse to believe that it's who he wanted. I think he wanted a proper striker. Now, I know he got Gabriel Jesus, but that's not a proper striker. Like, he needs a striker. And he's needed a striker for 7 fucking years. So that's where I feel sorry for the poor bastard. I legitimately think if he bought a striker, you'd probably win. Like, your big problem is you want to capitalize soon, because you're going to find it very hard to replace Odegaard. Shit. Okay, fair enough. You're still going through all of them. You poor bastard. Arteta has built something solid, a culture of hope and delusion, trophyless seasons. I mean, so what you're saying, Benny, is Arteta has basically built Tottenham. I mean, that's kind of where I'm feeling at the moment with United. I don't care if we finish 16th, so long as we win the fucking Europa League. And to be honest, we'll see what ends up happening with Lille. I think we might end up giving a good performance against Lille. Oh yeah, the Spurs are probably the number one to end up winning it, especially considering they got the right side of the fucking. I'm not answering that question, Duck. If you do something stupid, you'll have to pay with the consequences of your actions. Mom, can we have Spurs? We have Spurs at home, honey. The Spurs at home is Arsenal FC. I do advise to call the doctors and say you need a brain scan as something there's not working the way it should. Why? What did I say that ends up making you well, first of all, why are you just after hold on. You have been a follower since the 4th of March. You have been on this stream for well over a month. You have subscribed to the stream as well, Skulls, and we need to add that to the tally of what's going on here. But it's only now you figured out that I'm a bit screwed in the head. I believe you, Skull. I believe you. It's not a diversion tactic. It's not a diversion tactic. I think, unfortunately, you've done this to yourself, Duck. And anyone that's a mod can see exactly why. Mean it for you, Crack. It was for Duck. No, I know. I'm only pulling the piss. Oh, they have a player called Roberto Carlos. The only god in this chat is me, Duck, and I don't listen to ye. I don't know, Crack. Am I going to have consenting opinion from you as well, Benny? I have mine ready to go. I have mine ready to go right here. I even have my dice tower ready to help me. Go on, what do you think I'll roll? What do you think I'll roll? That's fucking special. That's genuinely special. I rolled a natural 20, would you believe it? That's insane. That's actually insane. I wouldn't have that luck if I wasn't pissing about. I rolled a natural 20 there. I love dice games, by the way. I'm a massive fan. You're asking for the VAR, huh? I'm a massive fan of fucking Dungeons and Dragons. I would fucking love at some point in the future maybe to set up a stream of Dungeons and Dragons. I love that game with a passion. Or any role-playing games like that. Accordion hands. Do you think so? Do you think Lazio's the one that's getting through that side? I don't know. I don't know. I still think it's Tottenham. I still think the final might be United and Tottenham. We'll see. That's obviously copium because we have to get through Leon, and Leon will not be an easy battle. Genuinely will not be an easy battle. But we'll see what ends up happening. But I do think we have it in us to get by Leon. You want to know? I know next to nothing, Todgers, about Warhammer, but I have played Total War Warhammer and loved every minute of it. And I did want to end up purchasing Space Marines 2, but just the price of the fucking game made me not want to do it at the time. So when it goes on sale, it will be something I buy in the future because I want to give that game some love. But it's just because of the models and the whole that I've never gotten into Warhammer. I need to, because Henry Cavill alone makes me want to get into Warhammer, to be honest. Just the passion that he ends up having for it, and seeing there's a shop local enough to me that has it as well, and that's fucking gorgeous and beautiful and wonderful. So I need to end it. Yeah, the figurines do rip your arse asunder, but like, it's just incredible. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Skull. I don't think they will. But I think it will end up mattering. I think if United will need to go with piss and vinegar in this first game, because I think United will have a better performance in Lyon than they will in Old Trafford, which is a fucking sad indictment how shit they've been in Old Trafford. But we'll see. Yeah, there's some spanner in there. There's someone spamming the chat there. I think that's a scammer, so we'll just time that out. Is that for United or is that for Tottenham, Skull? I think you are United, right? Or am I just being a twat at the moment? Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I think the big problem that happened with the City game is that everything went to the wing backs. Delo wasn't up far enough and Dogu wasn't ready to shoot, which is why I was making my point that I think Dogu will be a player, but I think we need to get a senior left back as well, which is why if Shaw comes back, that'll be brilliant. Garnacho's with Valencia. I think if anyone scores against Lyon, as much as I have been poking at him, as much as it feels to me, as much as it probably feels to ye, that I'm bullying the poor bastard, I legitimately think if anyone scores against Lyon, it's going to be Garnacho. He's been getting in the right places, just a wee bit too late, or a wee bit too early. But he's been getting into the right spots. So we'll see if he's able to do it. I genuinely think Garnacho might be able to get a goal in that game. And I hope that he does. Because I think that might light a spark under his arse that benefits absolutely everyone, if I'm honest. But we'll see. It's a dangerous game. Ernest is a fantastic player for Lyon. He's the player I'm probably most worried about, Ernest, and I can't pronounce the second name at all. But I know the Lacazette. And then one player that we're supposedly interested in potentially signing in the summer, although we've been interested in signing him for the summer every summer for the past 4 years. Chiarki might be interesting as well. Of course, with the return of Matic, and Matic might end up screwing us because former players always screw us. I like Thiago Almada. It wouldn't shock me if he ended up giving us a surprise. But I do think Leon's biggest issue is his defense. So we'll see what ends up happening there. If we can have a strong defense, I think we're the better team. But we'll see. Yeah. But Lacazette's not bad, and he never was. He just has a bad personality. If you can contain Lacazette, then you're happy. Yeah. Like, it probably was the right move for Arsenal to get rid of him when they did. But see, that's the modern game, though. That's genuinely the modern game. A striker could go until they're 40 if they don't need to run. If you want a striker to do the rest of the striker's capabilities, that's where the problem ends up coming for the striker. If you just want a striker to knock in goals, they can do it until they're 40. It's the reason why Ronaldo would still get fucking north of 15 goals in the Premier League even now. Because all you need to do is pass him the fucking ball. Well, Barca beat it, let it go. Oh, Super Cup. Barca are in the fucking final with us. Okay, so we have a repeat of last year. Teddy Sheringham did it back in the day also, yeah.
Let me tell you something about this business.
I do probably need to go back and watch a few of those old school games. I'm not going that fast. I'm going at the speed I like to go at, so. Although we'll have to do well in this final because we have to actually stop Barca, and that'll be. I love this shit from City. I love this shit from City. Just come in, plonk an offer, and don't give you a chance to end up negotiating at all. Out of pure principle, I almost always say no to that. Yeah, why did you change your name anyway, Duck? How did you change your name? Is more to the point. Or is that actually a different account? Jordy. Okay, so we have to make sure we don't do the same thing that we did in the last one. How is... Okay, Stream Elements, you fucking suck. I don't know why that's happening. Why the Oh, Stream Elements, fuck you. It was one of the things that was working too. I was slightly proud about that working. Yeah, the watch time's just not working. And I wonder if it ends up giving me one. No, okay, so the watch time is just completely busted. So I'll have to end up doing a bit of sleuthing to figure out why that's not working. It's not even that, Benny. I 100% agree that they are just the worst people in the world. But what's even funnier about it is Nintendo's announcement the day after. So, for those of you who don't know, obviously Nintendo ended up bumping up the price of, released the price of the Switch 2, and the fact that the games are bumping up to 80 and 90 quid for physical conditions that isn't even a physical release. But what was even funnier about it is that they then released a presser stating that one of the reasons why you need to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 is, and I kid you not, it has gamer chat. Genuinely, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. The left stick is now larger. That means stick shift. There's no way to know that until you get your hand on it. I can understand that bit, but there's no way of knowing that before you end up doing it. The mouse thing is fucking weird. That'll break the Joy-Con really quick. No, I haven't, Skulls. You'll have to show me that at some point. I don't think we changed the team. Maybe Foston for Gale. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think we changed the team. I think we go with the exact same team we played the last time. I think we go with the same back line because they're actually playing well with each other. We have a good front line that's performing well with each other. Marco's not back fit yet. You're still out injured. Kang Lee is... Well, we're going to try and sell him. But yeah, no, I think this is going to be it. So we'll have this game versus Barcelona. Now, our first of many important games versus Barcelona. We drew with them earlier on in the season. We'll see if we can win against them now. This will be one of many times we'll face them throughout this season. This is for revenge for last season. Can we beat them and end up doing it? Have you noticed that I'm building up suspense? Why would I be building up suspense? Because would you believe Craic needs to do something really quick. So we will find out whether or not Craic's Real Madrid will beat Marco Reus's Barcelona next time in about 2 or 3 minutes. So while I'm just there, bear with me. So chat you in a minute. You know, I might have to go on to WWE Shop and buy Drew McIntyre's new shirt. Because that LOL board at work, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40, is a gorgeous shirt. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous shirt. I might actually have to do that. But we'll see what ends up happening there. But for now, let's go into this game versus Barcelona. And we'll see if we can vanquish the mighty bastards. So I just ask, cross your fingers and your toes and anything else. Oiberg has lost his place to Bart. They're gone with their strong backline. Ariel getting loads of minutes even though he's 30. Gavi, Roman Lavia. Darich has scored in every game that he's come up against, so we'll see how he ends up doing. I suspect he's going with the 4-2-2-2-2. So we'll see what ends up happening. But we need some luck. So cross your fingers and your toes first. Wish us some luck. Praise be to those that are above that maybe we can end up getting a good result here. Marco Reus, bane of our existence. Can we surpass him? We find out now. And yes, we will watch the whole game. Ooh, Foston. Oh, Enric, how did you not score that? That's the type of goal that Enric would normally end up crocking into the back of net with no issue. Sloppiness there by Foston to lose the ball so easily. Warren to Bellingham. Ooh. If Seller had kept that down better, we might have gotten something out of that, but... We'll see. Probably Skull. As of this moment, as I said to you there, it depends on what ends up happening with my compatriots. If I have a friend of mine that turns around and says that they want to watch it with me, I might go and watch it with them. But at the moment, my plan is to stream something on here and then watch it. Yes, I'm working on the Monday. But that's never stopped me before. Fuck it, I'll be grand. I'll just sleep during the day on that Sunday and get a good bit of sleep before I end up starting it. WrestleMania is a special caveat. I try to take that day off when I can, but with this new contracting rule, you don't really take days off because it costs you way too much money. So I'll sort it all out anyway. But but more than likely, I'll be watching it live. Why? What did the Feyenoord fans end up doing, Amanda? It's not a penalty. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Bart's having a good game. We love Phoenix fans. They're talking of rumors of signing after they sent him dead. Oh, Jesus. Hey, football in general is a fickle game. I'd say, to be honest, I'd say go back if he was given the right amount of money. Football players and football fans are fickle bastards, unfortunately. It's been a very back and forth match so far. As if I had caused the goal to happen by saying that, I would have gone bonkers. Genuinely. I actually read somewhere once, and I don't know how true this is, but I did read that the dodo isn't actually a bird. Oh, shit. Oh, thank you. I actually needed that one. Oh, fuck. How the fuck Oscar didn't get a card for that, I haven't a clue. There we go. Oh, they're too far off the pitch. Okay, nice. Oh, fuck it, he's out, isn't he? Fuck! Lewis, thank you so much. You are a gentleman and a scholar. How are things, my friend? How did the stream end up going? Is your Monday great? I appreciate it so much for you coming in and joining us for the crack. Please become a crack addict like everyone else. It's a pleasure for having you here. But how did your save end up going today? The tackle happened here. This is FM having one of its shit the bed moments. The tackle happened here, right? And then I'm not the only one that's seen the big fuck me off sign that said no penalty, right? Like, that's almost 40. That's almost 40 yards. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Bart had that saved anyway. Bart, it's going to be one of those cases that Bart's going to have us on a pike today. It's the hands of Midas. We're watching the entirety of this game now. This is one of what is probably going to be a few cup competitions that we have versus Barcelona. If we can win this one, it makes things look better for the future when we end up facing them again. So we'll see how things end up going. All good, thanks. Results up and down. Beat Arsenal with 10 men with no striker. Beat Chelsea, lost to the bottom of the table, Ipswich. Trust me, I know it can end up happening. I ended up losing to Granada. And nothing went, like, just everyone ended up performing shit. And this league is so fucking competitive that loss may have cost me the league, legitimately. It's only my second loss in the season. I had 2 losses and 1 draw, and that loss might have cost me the league. That's how competitive this fucker is at the moment. So I can understand the pain of losing to a team you shouldn't have any problem beating, because it's happened to me as well. But who is it that you're playing as at the moment, Lewis? And how long have you been with them? It's a privilege that we did that. It was Fleetland season 26. Wow. God, you wouldn't want to be going as slow as I am in my save for it to be season 26. You'd almost be tempted to retire at season 26 just to see if that would manifest an announcement of FM 26. But Fleetland's nice place to end up going to. damn it, Vinny. Neither team has been performing particularly good in this game. We've had a couple of players that have been performing pretty fucking bad. Thankfully, no one's playing truly like tripe, but like we've had a couple of players that have just been performing off the ball. I was mostly salty about the goalkeeping coach as he was doing fantastic stuff for us. Then United just come and take him. So like, cool, yeah, just go fuck yourselves. Well, I mean, he hasn't done anything for United, has he? So, like, it was probably just he was waiting to hit his barrier. Looking to stay up in the Premier League for the first time. Looking good, okay? Well, that's perfect to hear. And getting wins versus some of the big teams means you know that the tactic and the players are at least capable of getting something. So that's brilliant to end up hearing as well, and brilliant to know. So that'll be exciting in your next couple of saves. I don't know if you've done it, by the way, but if you want to, Lewis, you can join the Discord up there and advertise in it whenever going live. Because I'd love to know and try and come in and see one or two of your streams if I end up getting time. I know if you followed as well, so it should end up letting me know anyway, but still, you know, because you do often end up getting it missed. So do that if you want to. I feel like you properly saved yourselves with getting rid of that goalkeeper coach, as he didn't seem good for us. He got sacked at United. Yeah, but an awful lot of people got sacked at United when Ten Hag ended up going, so I don't know whether or not that was just his bad performances or what ended up happening. Yeah, there's a full section there in the whole lot. It doesn't have to be tied to the FM section. There's just the stream advertisement section within it there if you want to end up putting it in. And if you want to end up having access to the specific FM section, just go to Get Rules and click on the football. It'll get you straight into it. But no bother, do that anyway. Join it and do your stream advertisement anytime you want to. Monday, Thursday, and Sunday from 8 until generally 10:30 or 11. Interesting. I don't know. I think I think he's getting more solid. Like, I know he scared the shit out of me when he ended up picking the ball up with his hands in the derby, but like he's getting more consistent, which is something. Like, he's not as bad as some people are saying he is, but he's not the solution. He's definitely not the solution. I mean, Duck typically is a legend. Dodo is just like, Duck is legendary. Dodo is just a legend. You know, for being non-existent and the whole lot, Lewis. Nah, we can't, because it was Inter Milan where we bought him from. We can blame Ajax for a lot of shit. We can blame Ajax for Donny van de Beek. We can blame Ajax for Anthony. In theory, we could blame Ajax for Frankie de Jong's transfer fucking debacle that ended up happening with United and fucking over 2 summers. I honestly think if we had gotten Frankie de Jong when we first went in for him, we never would have signed Mount. And we know we wouldn't have signed Casemiro. Although Casemiro, to be fair to the poor bastard, has been improving. God, we're shite. Well, to be fair, that could also be the fact that he's just after getting a brand new suntan. Well, we can blame Ollie for a lot of people. Like, the thing to blame Ollie for more than anything else isn't fucking Donny van de Beek. Do you know what you blame Ollie for more than anything else? Ollie stalled the development of Amad Diallo by at least 2 years. By at least 2 years. As he bought the fucker and sank him into the fucking into the academy and didn't even put him out on loan for the first year that he bought the fucker. He bought him and just sank him in the academy. Now, we have an okay under 21 and under 18 team. Like, Lawrence does a good old job with them. But, like, the fact that you buy a player for 40 million quid and don't give him a lick of fucking time and don't put him out on loan when he ends up needing it, and then you put him on loan to fucking Sunderland. Yeah, I am not in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer revisionist. I am not a fan of Ole. I don't know, you kind of need... Please don't be a red. Okay. You kind of need to give both of them the space to do shit. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen with them. So, unfortunately, I don't think there's much you could end up doing with that. Like, Rashford's best seasons... Rashford's two back-to-back best season was under Ole. And then he had that one good season with Ten Hag and then decided to perform shite. Do you know the player, and no one ends up talking about, do you know the player that made Rashford play good? And I have no idea why, but whenever he was on the pitch, Rashford made sure to play good, was Anthony Martial. Whenever Anthony Martial came onto a pitch, whether it was admiration, whether it was worry for his position being taken, whatever the fucking point was, whenever Anthony Martial came onto the pitch, he done well. And of course, Romeo Lavia ends up scoring from a fucking weapon that ends up coming off of a corner. Like, what a horrible goal to concede. Because there's nothing you can do about that. That's just a weapon of a shot. They don't deserve to be in the lead. They definitely don't deserve to be in the lead. I mean, we don't either. It deserves to be 1-1, but like... Oh, Christ. Put a wee bit of pressure on them, for fuck's sake. Well, he's one of the main reasons that the club's quality ended up dipping as low as it did. Ole, he was just too much of a friend to the players. And then Player FC became a thing. Now, to be honest, you can't blame it fully on Ole. Obviously, it's to be blamed on the Glazers, but like, I understand why he wouldn't do it as well. But when Jose Mourinho turned around and says, "I want XYZ gone," and the Glazers wouldn't do it for him, he should have just resigned. And I understand why you're not going to do that. You're on a multi-million-dollar contract. Why would you do that? But to be frank, for his own status and privilege within the game, he should have resigned when they ended up turning around stating they weren't going to do what he asked. It's like he wanted to sell Luke Shaw the minute he walked in the door. He fucking despised Luke Shaw, which is fucking hilarious considering he's still at the club now. Like, we know for a fact two of the players he wanted to get rid of were Luke Shaw and Anthony Martial. The fact that Anthony Martial needed to walk out on a free and wasn't actually sold is an indictment on how fucking shit the ownership was. Holy crap, guys. Like, now you're just kneeing long balls. Jesus. Can we score from here? Nope. Nope. Bart, another good save. We've died in this game, unfortunately. Our pressure isn't being kept up. After halftime, we might have to make one or two subs. God, their defensive lineup is fantastic. They've just been killing everything we go for. Genuinely, everything we go for, they've been killing. Oscar's down again. Fuck. Might have to take Oscar off now. Yeah, fuck it. So we put Oscar off, and then we need to replace... God, it's a shame Marco isn't fit, because we have to replace Enric because he's performing shite. Because of course he is. Of course my main striker is performing shite. The fact Sancho literally missed training sessions, travelled to London whenever he felt like it, and when did go to train he was late, wonders why Ten Hag outed him, as he was probably fed up. Yeah, and everyone knew it as well. But it's not even that. It's the fact that he was out sick, and Ten Hag let him go out while he was out sick. And then during one of the United games, someone who's friends with him leaked that he was playing fucking FIFA while United were in the Champions League, in one of their worst Champions League performances of all time. In fact, I think it was their worst Champions League performance of all time. And that asshole playing FIFA just while the game is going on. Almost out of respect, you almost wouldn't do that. I think we're fucked. What the fuck, Burke? Yep, I think we're fucked. I don't think there's a single fucking substitution I can do that's gonna make a lick of difference. Vinny, Burke, halftime. Shit. Shit. Crap performance by us. Absolutely shite performance by us. Warren needs to do better there. He can't be letting passes like that go through. Dervish. Knock him out. Knock him out. Yeah. If it was Arsenal game where he asked why Sancho not selected and he said, yeah, it was that, yeah. Honestly, looking back now, that's probably the moment that got him sacked, to be honest. That's probably the moment that got him sacked. That particular moment with Arsenal. More than likely, that's the situation that got him sacked. It's unfortunate, but it's true. It all went downhill after that. After he fucking made that line in the sand. No love. Ah, you mirror. What the fuck you think? Or working like fucking, or working like, Enric. But, like, you have to perform better than that. I mean, Ten Hag... It's hard to know. He got semi-backed. I don't know. So much there's so much... What the fuck, Warren? There's so much shite out there about Ten Hag and what he wanted and what he needed and what was ignored and what was given, and, you know, it's all contradicting, so you'd want an actual journalist to go through and figure that one out. Oh, fuck a duck. Goal? Nope, thankfully. Oh, crikey. It doesn't... We don't look like we'd score in a month of Sundays, even though we're the better attacking team. To Warren, no. That's insufferable. That's genuinely insufferable watching a pass like that end up happening just directly into the feet of the other team. And Finney lets it out. Christ. I think we're losing this, ladies and gentlemen. If it's still 1-0 down at the 70th minute, I'm going to change to attack. The fact that Van Gaal said he never got the signings he wanted, Mourinho said he never got the signings he wanted, and Ten Hag never got the signings he wanted. So, it's weird and a lie, because everyone got at least one of the players that they wanted. While they had the squad, everyone, including Moyes. Moyes even got one of the players that he wanted. Moyes wanted Fellaini and got him. It wasn't Schneiderlin. It was Schweinsteiger, I think. Bastian Schweinsteiger was one that Mourinho wanted. I'll have you know, Benny, it's only the 16th. It's only the 16th. It's been a long 7 days. It's almost like it's been 30 days worth of 7 days. No, I understand that. But Fellaini was who we wanted first. And it's also where you don't. It's also where you don't know where truth ends up lying, because like I don't believe for an instant that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually had Jude Bellingham and Erling Haaland coming to the club. I don't believe it. So it depends on what everyone ends up saying. I know that Moyes says that both Fabregas and Bale were going to come to the club, but I don't believe it, and I don't believe it for two reasons. One, I don't believe Moyes at all about almost anything, and two, I don't believe Tottenham would have even entertained the idea of selling Bale to the Premier League, the same way as they didn't really even entertain the idea of doing it with Kane. Although it is really funny that they had two of the best offensive players of all time in Gareth Bale and Harry Kane, and still won fucking nothing with either of them. And it's even worse with the Harry Kane situation, because they had Luka Modric as well as Gareth Bale. Sorry, I said Harry Kane. It's even worse with the fucking Gareth Bale, because he had Luka Modric there as well. You know, I'm half tempted to leave it there from now on, Benny, as a result of which. Who knows? I know... The following is a joke. Please don't do it unless you actually want to. It is 100% a joke. But I'll end up removing it for you, Benny, if you want, for 5 gifted subs. Shit, Anzu. Okay, we need to make a sub. Who do we sub? Okay, fuck it. Let's go with this and see how we do. Some big changes. It mightn't be the right changes at all, but fuck it. I don't have anyone in offense. It's a shame Marco wasn't fit. It's a crying shame Marco wasn't fit. Anyway, I liked Italy, just not Nepal's. Nepal's was a complete shithole. I'm thankfully not going to Nepal's. Yeah, fuck it. It'll be nice to see different areas of Italy when you're over there, anyway. I don't think Rojo, Di Maria, Schweinsteiger, Falcao, Demirtan, Schneiderlin, Van Gaal never wanted them. I think... Yeah, I think all of them were secondary options. I think you're right on that. I think all of them were secondary options, because I think the year that he went for Falcao was the year that was one of the multitude of years we were meant to be in for Kane. I don't know what ended up happening with the Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin situation. I'm not even sure why we picked them up, to be honest. Anyway, advertisement. So we'll just do this for now. Stop it, crack. Do this for now. And Bob's your uncle. We'll wait for the advertisements and then we'll go on. Fred, Pogba, Sanchez, Mkhitaryan, Delors, Lindelof, Mourinho never wanted him. That isn't true. Mourinho did want Pogba. He did want Pogba. And he did want Sancho. The rest of them you're right about. And Fred was a second choice. Sanchez deal is still a fucking joke. Because Sancho was because Pogba was shite after the fact. He thought he was a good player. He just figured out after the fact that he was shite. It's the same thing as when he was with Tottenham. The documentary came across awfully bad because when he was at Tottenham, he wanted Dele Alli to perform. It's just that Dele Alli didn't perform good enough for him. He thought Dele Alli could be a player. He just didn't perform for him, you know? Right, yeah, I think the Bowerons are beaten, my friends. Bowerons are beaten. I think we're done. Yeah, Bowerons are beaten, and I think we're done. I don't think we can win now. If we could just equalize. Oh, I think we needed to end. I think Enric needed to end up sinking some of the his chances in the first half. I don't think we're getting anything now. Hope that a mistake ends up happening here. Liebe. I've never been to anywhere in Italy, so it's something I need to do at some point in time. Oh, come on, do a better pass than that, Stefan. Fuck it, I know Guller's tired, but Jesus, you need to at least give him the ball. Yeah, we're officially out of time. Go for ultra attacking. We're officially out of time. Oh, god damn it. Sabazlai! Oh, God, you've saved me at Liverpool plenty of times, and you saved me here, you beautiful bastard! Oh, back to cautious we go. Back to cautious we go. No, we're not taking the risk. It's dangerous to stay cautious because they're going to go fucking attacking now as well, but we have to remain vigilant. It's possible for us to come out of this with the win. We have hope now. It didn't look like we were going to score in a month of Sundays until we done that. Maybe in the last 5 minutes, I'll do it again. And go... Well, I don't know. They seem to be going for it, don't they? They seem to be going for it, don't they? Not able to control it good enough. Good. Aaron. Right there. Okay, Canate to Aurelio. Gavi. Boston's gotten the ball there. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Christ of Almighty. Like, what the fuck? On that case there, like, what the fuck you meant to do when they're passing the ball, when they lose the ball out of their feet like that? They don't even lose it out of a pass. They just lose the ball. Also, it looks like everyone thinks that we're going... everyone thinks it's going to be equal pegging, Benny. Worry, I'll continue. We'll see. Just be keeping it going. Then I'm returning to Ireland for Ard. Why did you stop running? Even if you just tapped the ball, you might have been able to bounce it over him. Keep running. Sabazlai again. If Ymir could just jump. Aurelio to Pedri. Sabazlai with a nice little interception. It's looking like we might be going extra time there, guys. But we'll see. Can we clutch something out in the meantime, or can we stop them from clutching something? Yeah, they're doing counter-attacking football now. They've changed to counter-attacking football. That's interesting. Bad by Stefan. Stefan should be doing better than that now. Burke to Foston. Foston just boots it away. Again, take time, control it a wee bit better. But Aaron is having an okay game, to be fair to him. But again, all these long balls, like, both teams are doing it, but like... Okay, Morgan. God, Morgan, you're shite. I know you just bounced it off Aurelio, so you're lucky, but you're genuinely shite. Seller to Burke. Burke down to Foston. Coria. Oh, Sabazlai to Morgan. To Foston. Offside. Oh, someone would have had it there if he wasn't offside. How many minutes of added time are we going to end up having in this game? Oh, it's coming down to squeaky bum time, guys. This is just a game of ping pong at this point. Oh, throw in for them now. Oh, shit! Oh, my hand was in my heart there. I was gone there. Sabozlai. Oh, Bosley. Okay, we've 3 minutes left. Fuck it, go for it. How did you get offside on that? Jesus, Ard. Okay, Aaron's doing well. 2 minutes. Can the ultra attacking mentality get us the win? Long ball again. Again, both of them off. Foston. Oh, Foston's taken out. Ariel with the yellow card. Ard. It's going to be Ard Guller taking this. Can you score with this, Ard? Can you score this, Ard? No. To Ymir. Why? Ymir. Oh, I know you're youngin', but fuck me, Ymir. Oh, that's so disappointing. Sabozlai. Why did you ring it there? Sabozlai had a run. Sabozlai had a run. Oh, fuck off, ref. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. Go back down to cautious. We'll make our last sub in a bit, but it's too dangerous to stay ultra attacking for now. Back down to cautious. Zachary almost with a good pass there. Imagine if they'd made a mistake there that led to a goal. Honestly, if they make a mistake that leads to a goal, I'm half tempted to go ultra defensive. God, the joys of it. I think Guller has to be taken off now. He's too tired. Foston is as well. So there's two we can take off, Foston or Ard. But Foston's been better than Ard during this game. So you as well keep the tired but better formed one, right? And take off Ard. But do we take off any of the defenders? I don't know. Who do we fucking sub off? Or do we sub anyone off and just risk it as we are at the moment and see how things go? Not being funny, but I have a high-end PC and it shits the bed when I stream. God, mine isn't particular. Like, mine is a fairly good PC, but like Path of Exiles is the same thing. It could be the area code for COD, for COD. If you have a VPN, try using that with it. It might make it run better. Offside, good. Oh, we are truly entering squeaky bum time now, guys. Foston not able to do his work. Work now. Ymir. God, Ymir is the biggest weak point here. It's such a shame though, you don't have anyone that can really replace Ymir. Oh, that's unfortunate. I haven't played any of the new COD, so I haven't a clue how they're optimized or anything like that. So, Ymir. Oh, LeBay. Oh, LeBay! Oh. Yeah, fuck it. Ryzen 9, damn. Okay. It could just be that it's a shitly optimized game, to be honest. Oh, Ymir, do fucking something, boy. Okay, I'm now of the opinion that we actually have to take off one of the two of them. Oh, what a shot from Bosley on his wrong foot. Bart has just been different today. His stats don't show it, but like... The problem is Ard is my best penalty taker, so I don't really want to take Ard off, but Foston's been playing really good. So I'm not 100% sure if it's good to sub either of the two of them. That's a weird bug to end up having. God, the long balls are pissing me off by fucking Aaron. I know, I just haven't used it yet. I don't know who to use it on. That's literally what I've been saying. Am I better sticking with this squad because they're playing grand? Maybe not. Foston seems to be losing his edge. But then he does passes like that, and other people end up losing it up. Foston just... I don't know. It is one of the two of them you sub off. I just don't know which one to... whether it's good to sub them off or keep them on. Fuck it. Ard is my best penalty taker. Yep. Fuck it. Let's go and swap Foston. Foston for Gale, and we'll go with that. Or where's penalties? Where's penalties? How do I see how good he is in penalties? How do I see how good he is in penalties? Where do I see penalties? Shit. Because the other option is you swap the two of them. Jason and Terry should be better than Aaron, but no, fuck it, no. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with Gale. Oh, I'm going to go with Gale. Fuck it, it's sound. I'm going to go with Gale. This is the right move. Ugh. Will I come back to bite this one? Morgan, you. Burke. Morgan, Seller, Burke, Aaron, Seller, Libby, Morgan, Sabozlai, Ymir, corner, and Bart doesn't. Fuck me, Bart. Ymir getting knocked down. Oh, fuck it. Honestly, I probably should have considered taking Ymir off, even though it would have been a double substitution to take him off again. He was sharper than Wehe, and both of them were meant to have the same ability, even though he's younger. Probably should have played Wehe. Morgan to Seller. Not a good enough pass by Morgan. Burke to Gale. Nice attempt by Gale, but not good enough. At 15 minutes, I'm going to go back to ultra attacking. Throw the baby out with the bathwater. If we don't score at playing this way at 15 minutes, at the last 5 minutes, I'm going to go ultra attacking and throw the baby out with the bathwater. Come on, pressure them, pressure them. Okay. God. Okay, Burke, good. The back line is now dead as well, so we have to be careful on that one. Ymir to Gay. And Gay, god damn it, Gay. Ymir. Gay. Oh, Gale. Oh, god damn it, Gale. Oh, it might have been a mistake to take Foston off. Ardguller. God damn it, Ard. I know you're dead, but fuck it, you need to pass the ball better than that. Ymir. Oh, the crossbar! Oh, Ymir, you poor bastard. Oh, is this the right move? I don't know. Gale. Cora! Oh, Coria! Bart hadn't got that. You should have just booted it. Shit. Gale. Jules trying to stop Ymir.
Come to my side. I see a side of you that I know that I could vibe with.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
All we need is a little guidance. Signs you gave me, I put all my options to the side, baby. For you, you oughta know. I got you run so I could feel that emptiness in you. I know you want that pull like Demi Moore broken in two.
Sabazlai. Oh, why? What was that, Sabazlai? Why did you go for a high cross? Low and directly into the feet of the person. It would have been a goal. Offside. And that's us. I think that's us. I think that's us. I think that's us.
I'm not over you till it's all been said. You're too precious. You're too precious to love.
Morgan to Sabazlai. Sabazlai. I honestly think that should have been a penalty, but we won. We won. So we stopped Barca. So we got revenge for last year.
Stop deciding, just start relying on me. Yeah, here to free you.
This is really weird, by the way. They're making the human centipede.
We got 'em stressing. We might break through, yeah, it's all timing. Seasons changing.
Jesus, they're making the human centipede here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Don't you let them weaken you inside. You're too precious to love like this. And I'm too young to ever get.
What's up? I was going to say, Jesus.
And I'm not over you till it's all
The white suit that I'm on. Jesus, it's so blinding. It's whiter than their goddamn jersey.
precious to love like this. And I'm too young to ever get hurt like this. And I'm not over you till it's all been said.
But that's our first piece of proper trophy at wear with the wonderful Real Madrid. I mean, we deserved it. We deserved it. We deserved it, but Bar played very, very good. As did... They had a lot of really good players playing really, really well. Like... But, God. Lenny, thank God Lenny and Anzu had a bad game. That would help them quite significantly that Enric had a bad game for us. And Oscar getting injured helped them as well, because Oscar normally ends up having a good game. So a lot of fortuitous shit happened on both ends. But a win is a win is a win. And you have to take what you get. So Bosley was definitely worth the pre-signing anyway. Boston, I honestly, I agree. Honestly, I agree, he was. So that's, we know Barcelona aren't infallible. Now, it was a shit, like, we were the better team, but it wasn't a great performance. Now, the problem comes. The problem now comes. Will Atletico Madrid be the bane of our existence? Probably. But we got our first win. And that's brilliant. Yeah, the Saudi princes all are happy with us. Okay, so 56. Morgan is good as a good backup option so long as he's happy to be on the bench. So is that what you're at the moment? Is it, my friend? Hunter 150, 1,500 FPS. Love watching myself lose in so many FPSs. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay. Anyways, that was a fantastic result for us there. Now, if the game could be really nice to us and give us a Atletico Madrid loss and a Barcelona draw, the Atletico Madrid loss is more important. I don't know what that is. What's Rebirth Weekend, Amanda? For someone like me who doesn't know what it is. $62 million for him, huh? You can step up for him as much as you fucking want to. Not a chance in hell am I selling him. It's a huge hard dance festival of the year. We call it the beginning of summer. Nice. Nice. Of course, the fucking one latest score. Own goal there. So it's 2-0 to Barcelona in their latest score. So Barcelona aren't going to lose. And Atletico Madrid have Valencia. But ladies and gentlemen, and any others, that's me for the night. We finish on a high. We finish with a win against Barcelona. We're 3 points behind Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have a win over us, so that's the danger. So the game that we have against Atletico Madrid, if we can keep ourselves on steady format, is the most important game of the stream. So the 1st of May, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, at least 17, 18, 19. We have at least 19 games to get to that. And hopefully in between that, both Barcelona and Atletico Madrid will drop some points, and hopefully we'll stay fairly strong in what we're at. It was a pleasure to have all of you today. For Skull, enjoy Monday Night Raw. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow. Probably be a 9 to half 9 start again, unfortunately. because I have to go into the Gaim and get some stuff done there. And as things stand, just for your own awareness, I have a medical appointment on Wednesday that might keep me longer than I am expected, so I mightn't be on Wednesday. But if I am, I am, because I want to try and come on. I enjoy this. But with all that being said, it was a pleasure to have you all there today. I'm going to look for a raid before I end up doing my usual spiel. I mean, yeah, we'll go over to Dill. Go over to Dill and we'll give him a raid. So, with that being the case, thank you so much, everyone. Remember to make sure that your crack is 90. Slán, go full. And remember, most of all, remember to poke Mahone. It is a pleasure. Chat ya.